celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0. The Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Not again.
Lead flicker to get the night started. Downfield looking for Godwin. Into his hands. And guess which Dogs are barking first? Uga, get after it.
Sonny Michel will send the Dogs home to the championship game.
And Bobo throws that thing in the end zone and
Yes!
touchdown! Touchdown in the goal line!
Sigue Ringo. Corta dentro. Ringo. Touchdown! Georgia!
The Georgia Bulldogs bludgeon their way to back-to-back. Glory, glory. Georgia, as the fight song says.
This is our love for each other. 1 + 1 = what? 3. We are better together and we are connected.
This is Robert Iron E. Singleton, a.k.a. D-Dog from The Walking Dead, or Alton from The Blind Side, and you are watching Respect the Hedges on the Fan Addict Sports Network. All right, guys, go Dogs, sick 'em.
Welcome to another episode of Respect the Hedges at Creature Comfort. We'd like to welcome everybody in here today for our UGA Texas pregame show. We're glad to see each and every one of y'all out here today. We are online as well. At the end of the show, we'll have a pick segment, and we would like some of y'all to come up and give your picks. If you have questions during the show, just raise your hand, and we'll try to get to as many questions as we can. So to get it started, we always like to do a good go dog. So let's go. Go dog. My name is Isaiah. They call me Coach I. I'm an alumni of UGA in the late 90s. Dating myself a little bit, but let's introduce our panel. Right here, we got former wide receiver UGA, Thad Parker. What's going on, Thad? Behind that, we got Corey Allen, former wide receiver at UGA. And behind me, we got former defensive back Eric Robinson at UGA. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about the UGA Texas game and pick at Tennessee for losing while they're losing to Alabama. I actually want both of them to lose. I know that can't happen.
That's what I'm going for.
Shout out to South Carolina for beating Oklahoma. Oklahoma's been talking a lot of trash since they came into the SEC. So shout out to South Carolina for giving them a warm welcome into the SEC.
Like it.
All right, we're going to get started. Fellas, how you feeling, Shawty?
Good. There we go. I'm not even shouting. I just jumped in there right when he said, as soon as the microphone opened up, I might jump in, Coach. I apologize. It ain't even my time. Let me get out of the way, and I'm going to let the order of operation go how it goes. I am Corey Allen. Glad to be here. Yo, you can skip past me when it's my turn, Coach.
All right. Go Dogs. Shawty, how you feeling today, man?
Man, this is another great day in Athens, man. This just let you know this is what happens when you have a podcast at a brewery. It's like taking a kid to a candy store, you know what I mean? But ain't no place like Athens, man. We're here for another victory. We here to welcome Texas to the SEC, man.
That's right. And the man behind me in the Snuggie, a.k.a. a dashiki, Erod. What's going on, Erod? How you feeling?
Well, Coach, as you can see how I'm dressed, I am ready for game day. It is a big game tonight, so I'm dressed appropriately. So if you're not ready to go, it's time to wake up a little bit. Let's go down.
Here we go.
Go Dogs. Hey, listen, we got a big test in front of us tonight. The Dogs haven't played 4 straight quarters of good football. We know that, but Kirby's always good at getting them ready for the big game, Shawty. Today we take on a tough Texas defense that actually has only allowed 2 touchdowns all year. What you think we can do with Carson Beck and that offense against that Texas defense?
I need to see Lambeau Beck, baby. We need to have Lambeau Beck in the building. And one thing about it, I don't think Texas so far has played an offense like UGA yet. And the great thing about what we have been doing the last 2 weeks, we have been ramping up our offense. We're not starting out slow anymore, so that's what I need Bobo to do, is have Lambo Bay come out today wide open and let them throw it 50 times, 60 times today. And I'm telling you what, this tape right here, they got this side me. I've been seeing the horns down all day, baby. Let's go, let's get it.
Yeah, shout out to the table right
with
here, baby. Shout out to the table right there.
Looking for right there.
Right. That's right. Listen, we need Lambo Beck. Beck didn't get the temp fade before he got on the plane, so he's crispy and clean. We know under Stetson Bennett, anytime he got that temp fade, the other team was in for a long day, so we hope the same thing with that. Corey Allen, Arian Smith playing the position that you and Shorty played last week. He kind of wrapped it up with a couple of 50, 60-yard balls. What do you expect from Arian Smith today?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know what to expect from Arian Smith because consistency has been my biggest concern. You know, I think he's one of the more explosive players in the SEC. He's got Olympic track level speed, but it takes more than that to be successful. So I think a guy like Arian Smith needs to find that consistency. He needs to find that level of comfort with his quarterback. Carson continues to go to him. Bobo continues to design plays for him.
Right.
It's really about him executing because, yes, he did have a better game last week, but I still want more from him because he's getting more opportunities than anyone. He is our big play guy, so I just need for him to step up with his numbers and all because I think it might happen early and often. So he can be a big play guy for us, but it's really up to him to make these plays at this point.
Right, and that Texas secondary really hasn't faced any of the speed like Arian Smith, like an Anthony Evans, the young freshman that's coming on, or redshirt freshman, I should say, that's coming on. What do you think he can do today? Because Kirby did say we got to try to find Anthony Evans ways to get him the ball.
So I think Shotty touched this with his first comment. It's going to be on both of them. Find ways to spread the ball around, find ways to get the ball to guys who make plays, to get the ball down the field, to get those explosive plays. That's what we've been missing consistently, those explosive plays, those things that can get us to flip the field. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're working way too hard to get a first down here and there. So we need to get those explosive plays, flip the field. And I think a guy like Anthony Evans, if we use him creatively like they did last week, right? Some reverses, start working on the defensive eye. Start doing that. That'll free up things from the left. That'll free up things from the tight end. So definitely, Bobo needs to be creative. So we can do that, and Anthony Evans can be an integral part of this offense today. It can definitely be beneficial for the Dogs.
Right.
Sure.
And to that point, Coach, to go to y'all point, I actually think we're looking at the era of parent to Smith.
Okay.
That's why he needs to start getting those opportunities because he's the same type of player, right?
Right.
Both 10-1, 10-2, elite, Olympic speed type of guy. They're the same type of player.
Right. If I'm not mistaken, I hate to jump in for but I saw a post from our good buddy, former Georgia quarterback Quincy Carter. He said Texas is going to regret letting him get out of the state. So I think he's a guy from the state of Texas looking for a chance to shine, especially in his home state. Why not? Why not now? But that'll be up to Mike Bobo. That'll be up to Carson Beck. Who they want to highlight today? Those two players, when you look at Arian Smith and Anthony Evans, there aren't two better guys to highlight right now. That speed is attractive, but we've got to be productive when we take those shots.
Right, and if we can connect on those shots early, that'll open up the box so that we can run with ETN. And this week, we should see a lot more Frazier because unfortunately, Branson Robinson is hurt, didn't make the trip. So we should get ETN and Frazier. But if we can hit those shots early, I mean, last week against Mississippi State, the Dogs was able to score on 5 of their first 6 drives. We need more of that this week, Shawty. We always talk about how we need to start faster. We need to start fast and stay fast this week, because Texas can put them together in bunches.
I agree with you, Coach. But one thing about us starting fast on offense is that gives us a chance to play complementary football. That gives our defense a chance to shine. You know what I mean? And once again, we're starting to get that healthy on the defensive side of the ball. Get that health back up. So if we can have our defense match our offense, I think we'll be good. Because we came into the season thinking that our offense is going to be our main thing, right? But it took Lambo a little bit of time to get warmed up. It's a sports car. It needs a little bit of time to get warmed up. But once it gets going, it's
I always hear that. The sports car will be fast out the box. And that's the thing you've been waiting.
That's how you blow your engine.
But that's what we've been waiting on for that word, complementary football. When the offense is playing good, for some strange reason, our defense isn't playing good. When the defense is playing good, the offense isn't. So it's time for those to play, for both sides to play well at the same time. And the key word for today, turnover. We cannot turn the ball over. If we don't turn the ball over, we're definitely going to have a chance in the fourth quarter. If we end every drive with a kick, whether it be a punt, whether it be a field goal, whether it be an extra point, that's going to bode well for Georgia, especially when we punt the ball and cover punts.
I think you're right, and I think we need to start off with defense causing havoc up front. Tyrion Ingles-Dawkins has been like a one-man show while Michael Williams has been trying to get healthy. Hopefully Michael is a little bit healthier today because last week he still was hobbling a little bit. But if we can have him on one edge and got Tyrion Ingles-Dawkins on the other edge, maybe we can put pressure on Quinn and throw some of those balls up, errant passes, and we can actually get some interceptions because I think we bottom of the SEC in turnover CA. I mean, that's a big part of the day. I think the team that turns it over the least has the best shot to win.
I think that's obvious, and we have our best opportunity when we're healthy. I think you mentioned Michael Williams coming back, hopefully at a higher clip than last week. We definitely need that production. We need pressure on the quarterback. They've got two pro-style quarterbacks that are really prepared for the task, so we got to make sure they're uncomfortable. I don't think they've seen the defensive line or a defensive front seven like Georgia, but that Georgia that we're looking for and speaking about has to be a healthy one. Right. So how dynamic we are, how aggressive we can be, that's going to be important. That's a task for the players. That's not about play calling and scheming. We need guys to win one-on-one matchups and put those quarterbacks in a tough position because they've been comfortable all season. That's one of the things that we got to make sure they don't have the level of comfort. That amount of pressure puts my defensive secondary in a much stronger position to be successful too. We got young guys that are unproven. That's the complementary part that we're looking for. If we can make sure to create a pass rush with four,
right,
we'll be in a strong position defensively to make sure Texas doesn't have a chance to have the big plays that they really specialized in this year.
Right, and if we can create that pressure that you talked about with the four, that'll free Dan Jackson up to roam all over the field as he did in the Bama game where he had 17 tackles. We need him to keep that up, and we need those young guys to be able to be in phase. And if we can put pressure on them, now they're going to have to stay in phase so long, right? That helps the DB, right?
So here's the thing, and I love Dan Jackson. But when Dan Jackson is playing the best in your secondary, that's when you know you need to step up what you're doing. Because Dan Jackson is a guy who knows exactly what to do, exactly where to be. But some of these other guys have athletic gifts that he just doesn't have. Where are they? Why are they not making the plays that he's making? Why aren't they following him? So I love Dan Jackson. So if it seems like I'm taking a shot, I'm not. I love him. I want the other guys to come up to his level.
Right. I definitely agree with you. I need Malachi. Shout out to KJ for when he comes in his spot with KJ Bolden has actually played above and beyond what I expected a freshman to do. Kind of like Malachi did in his freshman year. You know what I'm saying? So we need those outside guys to hold it down too. Though. We need Julian Humphrey and Dalen Everett. And if Harris comes in, hopefully we get to see a little Ellis Robinson today, Shawty. I mean, Kirby said in the interview earlier this week that he's getting better as the time goes. I know he's a true freshman, but he looks like he plays the ball real well.
We're going to need him. First of all, we're going to need him from a depth standpoint. Anytime you can have a young guy come in like that and play this on the hip-hop from a depth standpoint. And we're going to need all the bodies that we have today because that's one thing about Texas. You know they're going to come out 3, 4, receiver 6 all day long. So it's going to be a track meet out there. So if we get Ellis Robinson up to speed, coming in and making plays, we know he's athletic. It doesn't do nothing help us.
Right. I'm with all that. Listen, I just want to see 4 quarters. That's what I want to see, 4 quarters. Alabama, the offense played 1 quarter, the defense took 1 half. The defense played 2.5 quarters. You know what I'm saying? It's like Mississippi State, we played 1 half of good football, and then the second half, I just don't know what it's going to take for us to put 4 quarters together.
What it's going to take is to play 4 quarters. Like we just need to. We have to play our best game of the season today, to be honest with you. We can't come in and expect Texas to lay down. This is a home game for Texas. They got a lot of pride in that program as well. So they're going to give us, it's the number one team, and we're on the road. So we got to be at our best. There is no excuses. We don't walk in limping. We got too many 4- and 5-star kids on our roster to ever feel like we're at a deficit. So it's really up to us to perform. It's up to my coaches to prepare these young men because they're going into an environment that will be hostile. We should expect that. So are we going to come out and use tempo? Shout out to the first lady.
Shout out to the first lady.
Y'all better let them know what y'all ready. Are we going to come out and use tempo? Because that could be one way we might be able to have an impact. Carson better come out. Let's do something we have not shown all season. We discussed that earlier this week. What will we do to be different? We've got opportunities, but this is a game. This is our chance to unload the clip. We can't look back. We can't look forward. This is our chance.
We didn't want that guy to leave. We love that hockey jersey. Sir, we love the hockey jersey. The smart We wanted the score prediction from you before you leave. I know you're about to leave, but we want to put that jersey on film.
We need to.
Can we,
right here. There you go.
We need to show this too soon.
Nah, we get him now.
I mean, he leaving, so yeah.
We got him over here.
I need to see this jersey.
This is about the best jersey I've seen in a very long time.
We want you to come right here.
With the hockey jersey.
Hey, shout out to one of the freshest hockey jerseys that number 16, Kirby Smart number. Let me get this guy his own camera shot. That's it right there. Listen, that is a lovely, and it's got Kirby Smart. Woo, turn around. That is so.
Ordered it from the school, and then I had to put my last name. It's not Smart, but I had a personal.
Right. That is nice. But he's got to go. We're gonna make sure we get him into a score prediction. 42-17 dogs on top. We appreciate it. Horns down, everybody. That's what I'm talking about. That is a nice jersey. He ain't coming to play no game today, baby. Hey, listen, he is game ready. Our coach is game ready. When we come in today, when we went to Tuscaloosa, CA, I felt like we came out a little bit of trying to feel Alabama out, not trying to do too much, almost coaching not to lose. Today, we in Texas, in Austin. I want to coach to win from the beginning. What do we need to do? What does that look like from an offensive or defensive standpoint?
I think the coaches have to understand that. I think we're in a position where we need to try to set the tempo. But if Mike Bobo and Kirby Smart don't know the room or can't read the room at this point, I'd be completely surprised. This is definitely not what we walked into in Tuscaloosa. This is a different moment. And taking advantage of the circumstances, making sure we set the tempo, having a chance to dictate the pace, whether it be on offense or defense. For example, on offense, we talked about how we create tempo. On defense, how are we going to create pressure? Are we going to just use the core and try to figure out in our front four to create pressure, or are we going to try to step outside of the box and be dynamic in creating that pressure, using some linebacker or some safety, secondary blitzing? We've got a lot that we have not shown yet on both sides of the ball. That's up to my coaches to really step outside of the box and be different today. But there's only one way to win this game, and we got to do it 4-4-4. We've got the talent. There's no doubt about that. But I want my leadership to step up. I want the players to step up. The fan base can do all they can do from where we sit. But I need for the people that have a direct impact, primarily my coaches and players, to take it personally. This is a great opportunity to do so.
Right. Now, you said something about the fans. We normally travel really well. You know, I saw that there was a plane going to Austin. The Dogs kind of took over the plane, but they got the Formula One going on out there. You know, hotel prices are tripled. What do you expect from the Dog Nation today in Austin, Charlie?
I expect us to do what dogs do. I expect us to travel well and bark loud. That's what we do. I don't expect anything, less than that, because it will be uncivilized. And that's not what we as dog fans are. So I expect us to go to Texas, be loud, bark loud, and get a victory. But to some of the things that you guys were saying earlier, just to speak a little bit about the offense and starting out slow, ever since that Alabama game, and I've been saying it for the past few weeks, I have seen a ramp up.
Right.
You can see us starting to come out. We are starting fast. to your point, Coach, you scored 5 out of 6 first possessions. So the ramp up is coming. You can see, honestly, I look at this thing from a different lens. And the way I'm looking at it, when I talk about the ramp up, it's about peaking. We just don't want to peak out. We don't want to show too much too soon. Right. Because the way that our schedule is set up, we almost have to play this way. Exactly. And I really see this unfolding. And I really think this is going to be a game, once again, with Lambeau bit. To your point, see, they come out and throw the ball 50 times. I really do.
I mean, I can see that too, because I was telling somebody earlier, I don't think you want to peak too early. Like Tennessee came out, first 4 games, they was on fire. The last 2 games, they haven't looked as good. Now you got Nico, I don't know if he's 100% or what. You got a tough Alabama team at home. You're not playing your best ball. Like, I really think, like Charlie said, we have seen a ramp up, especially on offense. I need that defense to start ramping up. Come on with us. And that way we can, and then we can start playing our best ball in the back half, because it's a long season these days here. I mean, you guys played, but it was like 10-game seasons, and you got a bowl game, or 11-game seasons, bowl game. Now we got 12 regular season games. Hopefully the conference championship, first round, second round, championship. This is a long season.
Your roster may not be as steady as it.
Right, because of the NIL and the transfer portal, you don't have as much regular comeback. Like, people coming back every year. You have to get, that's hard. That's got to be hard to come back.
That's very hard. That's really hard to come back. You can't really manage your roster the way you want to manage it, and there are so many variables. That's definitely going to be hard to do, because you want to be able to have a plan going into the recruiting season, kind of the things you want to focus on. Right. But you can do that, and then by the time the recruiting season is over, it's a different focus at the end, because you lost 2 defensive tackles and gone in the portal. So that's why, you know what, look, I'm not making excuses with you guys. They make $10 million a year. So I am not trying to any sleep over what they have to do to figure out to get their roster together. So get it together, figure it out. And I think that we've done a good job of that here at Georgia. I think we've done a good job when we move guys, find a way to replace them through recruiting, through the portal, through whatever the means may be. So we need to keep that going. And it looks like we're still doing a great job with recruiting. So there are really no excuses. I think that it's time to go short on the field.
Right. Now I wanted to ask you about recruiting, because yesterday we picked up a huge pickup by getting 5-star defensive lineman, number 1 defensive lineman in the country, Elijah Griffin out of Pooler, Georgia. What does that mean for the Dogs, Rob, on that D-line?
So we've been sitting here talking about complementary football and offense and defense. But you can talk about that within a specific game. So when you talk about just on the defensive side of the ball, that 2021 defense, we were unbelievably dominant. It's because our front 7 couldn't be blocked by anyone.
Right.
Going out and getting guys like this, who are the best players in the country on the defensive line, starts us going back to that plateau of where we were in 2021, where you just cannot block us. When we're unblockable on the front 7, you give that to Kirby Smart, we'll be right back in the national championship, and we're headed that way.
I agree with you. And sticking with the recruiting point, so I was in a, let's just say, scintillating go back and forth between somebody on one of the dog groups online, and I want to ask you 2 guys, being former wide receivers from UGA, what are your thoughts on us not being able to land 5-star wide receivers of sorts?
I don't think we put a lot of effort into it. I don't, because when I look at the receiver position right now, you're better served going to the portal to find a good receiver. Because of 18-year-old, what Alabama has in their freshman receiver, that is extremely rare.
Exception, not the rule.
Those are not the rule. That's going to be one guy every year that will have a chance to be special. And that's going to be based on opportunity, talent, and health. And it's not even guaranteed that it'll be one guy that'll have a chance to be special. There's a freshman at the receiver spot. So that's based on so many different factors. I'd rather we spend a lot of time recruiting my defense. I'd rather spend a lot more time investing in my offensive line and my quarterback spot, because at this point I can find a developed receiver, a young man that's been in the system playing college football, a lot easier in the portal, more mature, ready to have an impact tired of losing.
Right.
I think it's easy to find a good receiver in the portal. That's just my opinion. And I might hate it as a former receiver, but it's the truth. So that's what I look at. I don't want us to invest a lot in that position at a young age because a young receiver don't want nothing but the ball.
Right.
A veteran receiver comes in understanding the playbook, knowing the importance of blocking, understanding he ain't gonna get 20 touches a game, really looking to just win and contribute, and that's what I like more than anything.
Right, and I'm with you on that. I feel like I try to tell people coming out of high school, it's harder to hit on a wide receiver than it is a top-tier defensive lineman. Physically, he can handle himself in the trenches. Wide receiver is such a complex position. It's hard for young 18, 17, 18-year-olds to come in and be effective right away. It takes a little bit more development. And I know Shawty is always talking about from the transfer portal NIL perspective. I personally think wide receivers, 5-star of that caliber, they cost a lot of money. And if we got a limited budget, I want the budget to go to defense and the D-line and the O-line. I feel like we've shown Stetson Bennett at quarterback, A.D. Mitchell at receiver, Lad McConkey at receiver, that you don't actually have to have 5-star receivers. You need 5. You want talent like you think a 5-star has, but you don't necessarily need to have the stars. So.
No, I agree with you. And it's been proven throughout time. Look at all the history. We've only had 1,000-yard receiver.
Right.
You had back-to-back national championships without having, deeper receivers, 5-star receivers, 4-star receivers. So that speaks a lot to the coaching staff and the development to what you guys are saying. But just to kind of sidetrack a little bit, this lady right here got some of the dopest earrings I have ever seen. Some other earrings, they are so dope. So shout out to the lady right here in the first table. Got the dope earrings.
Go dog.
Go dog. Right, sitting right beside the first lady.
I gotta get my better hands on them.
Yeah, but I'm in agreement with all of that, man. It's interesting to see different fans' perspectives on when we don't get the 5-star quarterback or the 5-star receiver. We get 5-star other things, but even those guys have to be developed. I just feel like it's like CA was saying earlier, I'd rather go in the corner and get a veteran wide receiver who already understands the business of college football, understands that he's not going to get the ball every play. There's going to be a rotation, and he's tired of losing. He wants to come to a winning team, and he knows that all he has to do is play big in those big games, and he'll have a shot at the NFL.
And you know what? Ultimately, I'm a wide out, I'm a receiver, and it's all love. But at the end of the day, no matter how good of a receiver you have, that doesn't really translate into more than 2-3 points a game.
Wow. Hey, and some people, I don't know if they're ready to hear that, though, Charlie. That's from a former wide receiver right there.
It's just the truth. The numbers are the facts.
So I'm sitting here listening to this, and I'm so intrigued because for you to be saying that is unbelievable because it is the truth. Those resources, instead of trying to spend those resources to get 5-star receivers, it's proven that we don't need them. But I can tell you what you do need: those 5-star offensive and defensive linemen.
Exactly.
If you win the trenches, it makes everything else look so much better.
And you need them spades.
You need right. You need to stack them on top of it.
Spend those resources. To that point, we seen that this year. Christian Miller and Stackhouse have had at the beginning of the season had to play a lot of snaps. But luckily we did have them in droves because we were down like 4 defensive linemen. We normally rotate like 6 defensive linemen. So if we need to spread the NIL budget out, we need to spread it out in them trenches.
It's really, I think I said this before, college has turned into a salary cap.
Yeah.
You really have a salary cap.
Right, you got to allocate
You
to
don't have so
resources.
much money that you can spend, you can allocate to certain positions.
Right.
100% right. I mean, that's the same thing I'm looking at because that conversation is not only just the defensive line, it's the offensive line.
Right.
We've had a lot of injuries, but when I replace with a 4 and a 5-star, I do not expect my production to drop. That kind of is what it is. That's why we're so hard on those positions. That's why we're so hard on those rooms. That's why we have to understand that the receiver rooms are going to require development. That requires continuity with the quarterback. that requires an off-season and time spent. But in my defensive line, when one guy goes down, I need the next man to step up and fill that gap. On my offensive line, that's our biggest complaint all season. We've had injuries. Yeah, I understand that. No, I'm not going to change what I expect out of any of you. I worked hard to recruit every last one of y'all in that room.
Right.
I told you you were going to have this opportunity before you knew it. Guess what? Here you are. That's the why. That's why you came here.
Now go perform.
So I need you to perform. That's all I'm looking for, Coach. And today is prime example.
That is correct. And hopefully Jared Wilson was not listed as out, our starting center. So he should be playing today. But we do have a capable backup in young Bobo, who has kind of held his own considering this is his first time starting. You know, and he's gotten a little bit better as the season's gone on. We are down Tate Radley. I know he's questionable today. I don't expect to see him a lot, D-Rob. But again, like CA just said, we got another 4 or 5 star behind us, so I expect him to get in there and do the job the same way.
I totally agree with you, Coach. Speaking of Bobo, it's just funny that the son of the guy who was my next door neighbor my freshman year is out there playing center for us. That's just mind blowing. So shout out to Bobo for playing admirably because he was like our third string center, and to come in just out of the blue and have to deal with what he had to deal with. He's done a very good job, and I definitely have to give him a shout out.
Right. Shout out to Doghouse Podcast and everybody watching on Facebook and YouTube. You guys, do we see Jordan Hall and Tate Radley tonight? I think we may see Jordan Hall, Tate Radley. It'd have to be like Michael Morris gets hurt, or even then we see a little bit of trust moving into that guard spot. Margot Freeman going to the tackle spot. I highly doubt that tonight, that we see a Tate Radley. Now, Jordan Hall, if he can play, even if he can't give us the 10 snaps, that helps because that defensive line, those guys, man, they asked to do a lot. They've been holding up, but they need a little breather too. You know, you got Christian Miller, you got Stackhouse, you got Tyrion Ingram-Dawkins, and Warren Brinson has been coming in a little bit. John Jarrett, the redshirt freshman, he got some time. So I think Eli said it earlier, our defense is starting to get a little bit healthier. We still don't have Smile London today, that linebacker spot. We got Zayden Walker, we got C.J. Allen, and we got Raven Wilson. What do you want to see from them today, son?
Well, first of all, I like them to be healthy, as healthy as they can be to get in there. And again, that helps out me with health. One thing I will say is I don't care if they can play 10, 5, or 12 snaps when they're in there. I need them to be full go. Right? As long as they can be full go for the 10 to 12, the 15 snaps that are in there, I think that's going to make the next man in front of them or even behind them even better. Because they may hit 10 to 15 snaps or be at 100% go. And that's what I need to see because we're going to have to put some pressure on yours because he will throw it to you. Yours will throw it to you. But you got to get to put pressure on him. You can't let him sit in the pocket and be comfortable and pick your part.
Right, he's too talented of a passer to give him that much time. And our secondary, like Eli said earlier, they're too young and not as experienced to be out there for 6, 7, 8 seconds running around. So it's a complimentary thing, even within just the defense. We need that front to get that pressure so that our secondary doesn't have to work as hard. So, First Lady.
And go to your point, that's what I've been saying, though. That's what I mean by us getting healthy. I can literally see the difference in the speed of our front seven over the last 2 minutes.
All right, we're going to send out first. This is Shelby McDonald, also a UGA alumni. She's our First Lady. She's our moderator. She's our crowd coordinator. Right. She's going to come around. If you have a question for the panel, you can tell Shelby, and she will let us know, and we will try to answer it.
Bring them on. Bring them on. No questions.
Any questions? Solicit some questions.
Always be close. Always be close.
Always the ABCs.
Tate Radley, I just saw before I came up here, is listed as he would only play in an emergency. Your boy Jordan Hall, he's listed as probable. Okay. Smile Money is out. And someone else listed as probable. So we are getting guys back at the right time. So we are trying to build that crescendo. Health is a big part of that. But to your point, I'm focused on that. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. I don't care who's not there. The guys that
He's got a question.
Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about it earlier. The roster does change with the week. When you lose guys, get guys back, you know, the core is what it is. Perform. That's all we're looking for because everybody we go out. You know, we are cherry picking. We got to take a slaps. So when I get a guy that gets his head before, I expect you to perform.
This is why you come to Georgia. You come to Georgia to play games like this, on stages like this. This is why you come. This is why I came. I didn't get a chance to play on stage like this. So I hope that these guys are relatively smart.
All right, so let me switch the cameras.
Sorry, we got Leighton.
You can go.
Leighton? All right, we got Leighton here with a question. You can look into that camera.
What's the question?
How many football teams are there in the world?
How many football teams are there in the world? That's a good question, Leighton. We appreciate your question.
Somebody Google that.
So listen, what I will say is, in the United States, we have 132 Division I college football teams. I do not know how many Division II and III. So professional teams. Professional teams. Well, y'all know I don't watch the NFL. 32.
There we go.
32. All right. But then,
Who sent their son to the test how you
so I know how many Division I and NFL teams, but I do not know how many Division II teams.
Great question.
So you stumped it.
All right, while we got you up here, lady, we got to get a score prediction for Georgia versus Texas. What's the score prediction?
Well, Georgia maybe about like 59.
All right. Yeah, I like it.
Probably at least 10.
Yeah!
10. Give it up for Leighton.
Let's go.
59-10.
Awesome.
Okay.
Leighton's the man.
Right, Leighton's the man. 59-10. That is a good score prediction.
Hey, I would use my mind if it was 59-10.
Listen, if it's 59-10, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know if I'm gonna make it out of the house tomorrow because I'm gonna be good and drunk.
Oh my God. That'd be awesome.
Leighton is the man.
Awesome. Oh man.
Y'all put some respect on that young man's name.
Right.
He's the man.
Shout out.
He is the man.
You want to do some score predictions? You want to do some SEC.
All right, let's talk about the SEC. Let's go around and talk about the SEC. I think we already talked about South Carolina beating up on Oklahoma. Auburn did take a loss today to Missouri at home. It's kind of good, kind of bad. Auburn's on our schedule, so we kind of want them to look good, but they are a rival, so we kind of don't want them to look good. So we're kind of in the middle on that. Who else we had today, you are?
I don't know. Can I say this for one of our members that's not here since we're talking about Auburn?
Yes.
He would definitely call them Slauburn over and over and over again. So I definitely want to shout out to JV Slauburn. I don't care about them winning. I love to see them lose. Like I said, both of those teams, I like to see both of them lose.
I got a question for those that are watching the game. Who do we want to lose, Tennessee or Alabama?
That's what Alabama. Go Dogs! It's easy.
Unanimously, Alabama.
Wow. So
Alabama.
hating
Listen, you know it's bad when we want the burnt orange or whatever. What Tennessee call it?
Doo-doo.
The boo-boo orange to win over the Alabama Crimson Tide. So down with the Tide today.
Yeah.
Who else we got on deck later on tonight at the SEC? Is Ole Miss playing tonight?
Missouri won?
Yeah,
Missouri beat Auburn. That's it. We the closer.
Looks like it's close.
Okay.
We might need to have it to go prediction, bro.
All right.
That's a good conversation.
Okay. Where the first lady's getting
Then we got LSU, Arkansas tonight.
Oh, LSU, Arkansas tonight. Who do we want to win, LSU or Arkansas? Arkansas.
Sam Pittman. Y'all love Sam
Arkansas.
Pittman.
Sam Pittman. We would like him back in Athens.
They're telling you for years.
So first lady, we are going to get some people to solicit some people to come up and do score predictions.
And look, so I know the answer to this one.
So, hey, listen, they can come up and stand here and they can do their score predictions.
So, and I know the answer to this SEC game. You got Kentucky playing Florida. Oh, here we go. We got score predictions.
I think it's going to be close, but it's going to be 31-30 UGA.
Go Dogs.
31-30 UGA. Go Dogs.
That's real close.
Hey, I'm in agreement. I think it's going to be close.
We'll take it.
Hey, are y'all playing? Baker's feel like it's only a 3-point spread, so she right on the money.
So that's interesting. So at home, it's only a 3-point spread.
And they're good.
And they're good.
Square business.
So I think that says a lot.
Square business. They're pro.
It's flipping the coin.
All right, online we got Lance B getting in. Says Georgia 28, Texas 24. Okay. I like that, Lance B. I like that. Our Future is a Texas follower of the channel. Our Future, what score prediction do you have? Also, Doghouse Podcast, what do you have as a score prediction? First lady is out in the crowd getting score predictions for us. We got some Alabama fans in the house, people. We got some Alabama fans in the house. Boo!
I saw a Tennessee fan here earlier. What a Tennessee fan here. I need a score prediction, and I want to know what's going to be one key to success for Tennessee.
So offense got to get it together. Defense looking really good right now, but we got to get some points on the board. I'm going to go 17-14 Tennessee.
17-14 Tennessee.
Hey, this is hard. He don't know no better. This is hard.
We appreciate you.
Thank you for coming up. Thank you for coming up.
Let's go.
Right. Where's First Lady at? We had a score prediction.
We need score predictions, y'all. Anybody want to come up with a score prediction?
All right, so 28-10 to my guy over there in the red shirt. Hey, we'll take 28-10 because that means that the defense was really playing good today. So, there we go. Hold on. Here we go. Hold on. There you go.
I'm a finance professor at the University of Georgia.
We got the finance professor at the University of Georgia.
It's very important to have the beer in the hand to make a score prediction.
Right. Give us a score prediction.
So my prediction, and I think you guys hit it right on the line. I got my PhD at UT Austin.
Oh.
So I'll tell you, I lived there for 11 years, and so I was conflicted. I told my students, I got to go who pays me.
That's right.
And go Dogs. Go Dogs. Go Dogs. So my score is 38-35. Georgia, of course. Peyton Woodring kicks a big field goal right near the end of the game because he is better than Brett Auburn because he is not that. He beat out. I taught last year. Lavakowski and Jared Turkle. And they're both amazing, smart finance makers.
Right.
And they, shout out to them, shout out to Ladd, shout out to Jared. And those guys, if Peyton beat out Jared, he's going to make that kick right in the last minute of that game.
Shout out to the finance professor at UGA, Peyton Woodring, with the game-winning field goal tonight.
I thought he was a wacky professor, but he know he talking
about.
He know he talking about.
That's right. Even the staff at UGA knows what's going on.
You got a couple dollars on every game.
I predicted our special team would be the deciding factor in this game as well. So shout out to the wacky professor, man.
I got you. All right, we got a Julia Young. We appreciate you getting in online. She says go Dogs. Appreciate that. I think the special teams could play a big part. I'm hoping Anthony Evans more so than Brett Thorson in the punt game, even though the punt game is critical in games like this to flip the field.
Yeah, I agree. It is. I just feel like, both punters are very good. And it's probably not going to be a lot of returns. I think more when it comes down to a particular special team is going to be the actual field goal kickers. And I think we have the edge in field goal kicker when it comes to us versus Tennessee. I mean, Texas.
Right, Peyton Woodring is one of the better kickers in the nation, actually, not just the SEC. So Texas A&M was playing Mississippi State earlier. Can you look that score up for me, Ryan? I would like Mississippi State actually scored first in Texas A&M. It would look better for Georgia if Mississippi State actually won that game because we played Mississippi State. Even though we don't like to root for some of these teams, when it comes to the playoffs, your resume is gonna matter. Even if you win the conference, whether you're 1, 2, 3, or 4, resumes matter. So we want these teams that we beat up on or are on our schedule to do good. We got another prediction in, Dogs 31-27. It looks like all the Dog fans are good football fans because they know this is one big game and it's not going to be a whole bunch of separation possibly. Texas does have a good roster. I don't think they've seen a team with a roster as deep as what Georgia has, but they have been beating those other teams like they should.
That's what you're supposed to do. When you're a good team, you can't really worry about who's on the schedule. You knock them down. Like my coach people say, you knock that next down on them. So you don't really worry about them. If they're an inferior team, you beat the brakes off of them. That's what Texas has been doing. So, props to them. But they have not seen a team like Georgia to this point. So we'll see how that all shakes out. Maybe a little bit over an hour and a half, something like that. So we'll see. Now, you asked me a question about the Texas A&M Mississippi State game. Right before halftime, Texas A&M is up 21-10. The Mississippi State has the ball in the red zone.
Okay. Mississippi State, not real experienced, got a new coach. The young quarterback, he doesn't seem to get his hair in pressure situations. So maybe they got a little something. I mean, Mississippi State's hard to win in Mississippi State.
But I'll tell you what, they probably one of the best 1-5 football teams I've seen.
Listen, I think we played 2 of them back to back. Auburn was 2-4 coming into the day. Well, 2-3, now they're 2-4. I think Auburn's actually a pretty decent team. They just can't seem to stop turning the ball over.
And to that point, I hate to jump ship, but this is like, if you got a chance to see South Carolina play today, they're one of the best defensive teams in the conference. They got one of the best front sevens in the game. Their record doesn't reflect it, but they have a great front. Same with Kentucky, they're top 3 defense.
That's the reason we play the game. I mean, every team has personnel that can show up on any given Saturday and really be surprised as to how effective they can be, especially when you look at the defensive fronts in the SEC. That's what makes this league different. You have a chance to really impact the game by creating pressure on the opposing quarterback, and that really gives your offense a chance to score in a short course. Any team in the league can have their guys show up any given Saturday. So that's what the surprise is. That's why we got to strap it up. And that's what I need for my Dogs to do. Because we got to show Texas that we can pressure your quarterback. I've got guys that you haven't seen on film that can still create pressure on the edge, up the middle, in really creative situations, whether it's a call from the coach or not. We need pressure. That's the main thing that's gonna cause Texas to panic. And First Lady, we're glad to have you up here with Coach I. Talk to me about what you said.
So real quick, the First Lady is here, and I do want to welcome her up.
I love y'all, and I love that y'all are doing self-motivating programs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna whoop their ass.
Oh.
Okay?
Go Dogs.
I just want to whoop their ass.
So let me ask you this, First Lady. I know you want to whoop their ass. You made that abundantly clear. So tell us, in order for us, if we're going to whoop their ass, as you put it, how are we going to go about doing that tonight, in your opinion?
We have to have a great game from Carson Beck.
That go back.
It starts and ends with Carson Beck. He started off the year as a Heisman Trophy candidate. We need Carson Beck back. I need last year's Carson. I don't need this year's Carson. I need Lambeau back.
So Carson played good last game, except for a couple of turnovers.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
But
it looks like you said, we're trending up. So like you said, if you want to play better.
I need Carson back. I don't need any turnovers. Not one. We have to hold on to the ball. You know what? We also have to catch them.
Okay.
I don't want to call names. Arian Smith.
Thank you.
I need you to catch
That's okay.
the ball. That's your job. Catch the ball. I'm not going to come.
He ain't lying.
Catch the ball.
You
You have to make the play.
For all three of you, who is under the most pressure?
Carson
Mike
Beck.
Bobo or Carson Beck?
Carson Beck. Mike Bobo calls the plays. But Carson Beck, you got to get the ball out of your hands and stop playing tippy-toe through the tulips. Okay?
I would say, you know, this again, Madison trying to figure it out. Like, it's a lot of moving parts. But it ultimately starts with Mike Bobo because he's the one that's calling the plays. Then it's about Carson Beck being able to, you know, get the play out to the offense. And then at that point, you have to execute. That's where it comes down to execution.
I need my tight ends to block.
Bobo can call the greatest game that has ever been called. Carson Beck can throw the greatest balls, no didn't, that ever been thrown. But you still have to be able to execute. You got to be able to catch the ball.
Yeah. But you have to block.
The right hole.
You got to block.
Be able to block. So it's a lot of moving parts into that.
Yes.
But then to answer the question that is basic level, I need Mike Bobo to dial it in.
What you got? What you got, Aaron?
I mean, I totally agree with that. I mean, I think a lot of it is overblown when we're talking about play calling and things of that nature because you can call the greatest play ever drawn up. But if that left guard lets the guy run right past him and sack your quarterback, and you have to do run wide open, who cares? So you have to execute. So, and that's the thing that we've done over the years. Whatever plays called, each individual did their job to the utmost. After they did their job, then they would have put a little extra on it. But right now, we're struggling to do the initial doing what we're supposed to do and carrying out that assignment on a consistent basis.
I agree. You know what? When I think about that, I say Beck is under the most pressure because as a former player, I don't care what's called. It's my job to execute. We make the same locker room. But what I would also say is to support that. I remember a day when we all, and I love Aaron Murray. But there are times when I want the quarterback to own the situation.
Right.
I've been talking about that for the last couple of years. I mean,
and you know what? We were spoiled by Stetson Bennett. Because what we saw is a guy be productive on broken plays.
Right.
He was not only good in the play call structure, he was great when the play broke down. I need to see that from Carson Beck today.
And he can do that.
Because the play will break down.
And he can do it.
He can do it, but I need you to do it.
But here's the thing.
With the stages being
Stetson Bennett, there were multiple times when Stetson Bennett was called that national championship game. He put the team on his back. I have not seen Carson put the team on his back and say, I'm going to win this.
He does need a signature win. We don't have
signature
we can say the Auburn game last year, but the signature
win.
from Carson, no, that was the Brock Bowers signature win. I need a Carson Beck signature victory win.
I need him to put us on his back, just like Stetson did. When he got that, when he fumbled the ball and said, you will not lose because of
me. You know, the hardest thing for playing for Georgia is when you play for Georgia, you compare to Georgia. It is what it is.
We're a victim of our own success. We expect excellence at all times. We expect excellence. We haven't seen excellence this year, and I don't like that. We won.
That's how you became first.
But I don't see excellence on the field.
Yeah, so one thing I said about that is, you know, we have set a standard, which has been a gold standard for college football over the past 4 years. But it's hard to maintain that standard even though you're consistently recruiting 4 and 5 star players and you're able to get them. That doesn't necessarily mean that it translates into play on the field, right? So you can't blame the coaching staff for anything that they have done. We have put out all the resources. We let out all the red carpet. These guys have not forgotten how to coach. It's just all about execution, getting guys ready and staying motivated to play.
If you can't get up for this game, you don't belong in the red and black. I said what I said.
I mean, so really, do I need to add anything to that? Because again, I'll reiterate this statement.
I said what I said.
These are the kind of games that you come to the University of Georgia to play. When Curry's recruiting you, one of the things he's asking you are, do you want to win a national championship? Is that something that you want to do? Well, in order to win national championship, you have to win games like this. You have to win games on stages like this against great teams that will match up with you. You can't just run over the teams. Who's going to have the intestinal fortitude to play all 4 quarters, execute, and do what it takes to come out with a victory?
So, and what I was saying today, Rob, that's why it's so important to have a mixture of veterans and young guys. Because as talented as a guy KJ Bolden is, he don't know nothing about any rivalries in the SEC. He don't know how important it really is.
How important every play is.
Exactly.
It's not just the game, it's every single play.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying about in terms of the coaching. We have to give them a little bit more credit because we have so much more turnover with the roster with NIL and the transfer portal. As talented as a lot of these guys is, they still don't have that built-in know-how of what rivalries are. Like, they don't know what technique is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, you're right.
I mean, Corey knows what hate week is.
Danny Jackson knows.
That's why I wanted to follow these guys. Follow guys like Danny.
I mean, you're right. The fan is short for fanatic. It's not about me being reasonable. I'm no longer between the hedges on the field having to deal with real adversity. I expect what I expect. And I'm not going to change that because, you know, my coaches conditioned me. I believe in the guys that we recruited. I believe in my coaching staff. When I get less than, no, I'm not going to accept that because I still feel like I'm putting in the same amount of effort. Recruiting, I'm putting in the same amount of effort. Money-wise, I'm putting in the same amount of effort as a fan. I still love this. Why would I expect less? And you know, my coach told me you don't. So I'm going to do my best, and I expect the same from the guys on the field and coaching the team.
We're going to get it tonight. We're going to see. I think we're going to see that complete game.
We have to. Because again, if you are not ready for this game, that goes for the fans too. Let me be clear. The fans that are in Texas, I expect them to be loud. I expect them, they're not going to show them on TV. We know that. But I expect them to be loud. You wear the red and black.
You should be barking at somebody before the kickoff.
We were barking in Hartsfield yesterday.
If somebody ain't trying to record you and put you on social media for barking at the wrong person, and you ain't ready, you shouldn't be in Austin. So shout out to the stat guy getting in the comments.
Yes.
He's a South Carolina fan. He says half the day's job is done. Finish it off, dogs. We appreciate the stat guy. I appreciate you.
Oh, Tennessee!
Tennessee. We got Red Shoes getting in online. Says Texas for the W. Red Shoes. Make sure you come back when the dogs
No dogs.
Hey, the comments are trying to say whatever they want because First Lady's not moderating right now.
Oh, Red Shoes, they're my brother. I'm gonna keep that receipt.
Oh no!
Hey, that's low there, bro.
I know. I just got a text from my brother. He's a Miami fan. He said he's rooting for the dogs tonight. What's going on? Hey, take the family trip.
Something is going on. He's not coming to Thanksgiving dinner, I tell you that.
Right. Hey, score update. Alabama's still up 7-0 on Tennessee. We need Tennessee's offense to find something.
So talk to me, Coach. What's going on with Tennessee's offense for the last couple of weeks?
Outside of today, honestly, like Shawty always said, the trigger man. Nico hasn't been playing good. His first couple of games, we thought he played good against a good NC State team. We see now that NC State isn't a team that we thought they were. He did go into a hostile environment in Norman, Oklahoma, played against a pretty good defense. But, I mean, South Carolina showed us what you can do in Norman, Oklahoma today. So I think it's people have more film. When you don't have a lot of film on a physically talented quarterback, it's a little bit easier. And it's right here. Alabama just pretty much said, we don't care if your guys get behind our DBs. We're going to put pressure on you. What can you do with the pressure? Right.
But I have a question. I got a question for the panel. I'm not sure how y'all are going to take it. How did it feel as Georgia fans to watch Vandy's beat family after we took that L? It hurts.
It hurt me. I was happy.
Listen, I was happy. I felt like there was a lot of national media members that actually said they were more confident in Georgia after that Alabama-Georgia game than they were in Alabama. Yes, I definitely wanted to complete the comeback. I was happy Vandy did it, and I was happy it was Vandy. Because if it was somebody like a Ohio State, they'd be like, "See, we told you Ohio State was better than Georgia. They could be better." But look, I'm not saying listen, Vandy's been playing good ball, but listen,
I mean, Vandy's better than Auburn, so we can say we don't have to put that.
it just goes to show you with this NIL and transfer portal era that it's a lot more parity in college football than it used to be. So we need to appreciate what Kirby Smart is doing in Athens right now. We have a small contingent of fans that I think they're a little spoiled with our back-to-back championships. But, hey, listen. Rightfully so, but let's not forget that Kirby is still the standard in college football. We still get top 10 recruiting. Listen, we got other UGA alumni showing up. My guy right here, he's later than late, but that's only him.
Right on time.
Right on time, my guy. We appreciate you coming. But yeah, I just want us to make sure that we're enjoying these days because we're late 90s dogs. We've been through a lot.
We went through a lot.
We went through a
We don't
lot.
have to talk about everything.
We went through
in the
Ray
late 90s. We don't have to talk about everything.
You know, we went through some decent times, some better times with Jim Dunning, but not as good as they could have been.
We don't want to talk about
We went through a good era with Mark Rick where he showed us we should be in the conversation.
And now
we're in the pinnacle right
we
now.
made it to the mountaintop. Let's be clear,
Twice. And we're trying to do it another back-to-back. You know what I'm saying? So let's do some stuff
Going
with
for
somebody else.
3, third in 4 years.
Right. So let's appreciate
Going for
it.
number 3.
All right. We're going to go around and we're going to get some score predictions. But we're going to start first with my guy. He's going to take the seat right here. It's my guy, Lenny Lawson. He is a UGA alumni as well. He's an Athenian as well.
Uncle Joker.
If y'all don't stop raising the roof, like it's 1995.
I assume
We need all the listeners, we gotta win.
we're going to win.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. By how much?
What's your score?
42-34, Georgia.
We like it.
I like it. Big one. That's still closer than that, right?
We got
It's gonna be close. Yo, I said
I got a
24-21.
two-part question. I want your score prediction and your player of the game.
I don't like that player of the game question. And I'm gonna do my job. I came here to work. Let me do my job. My score prediction to start with, I think we get a version of Lambeau Beck that we can deal with. I got my dogs 38-28, 10-point victory. We do get right up close to the 40-point mark. My player of the game, I still need 2 turnovers in Malachi South. I don't count on him. I got a scoop and I got a pick.
You took my guy.
I'm counting on him.
You took my guy.
Well, you can still use it, baby, because we both need it.
Right. Eli, with that said, since Corey took your guy, I need your score prediction and your player of the game.
So as I'm doing a little research for this game, I found out a little tidbit. 30 points is the barometer. If you get the 30 points on Texas, I think that they're like 2 and it's a they have a losing record. So the key is for us to score more than 30 points. With that being said, I think we're going to score 31 points. I think they're going to score 27 points. So we will win something 31-27. And I'm not going to quick bet. We all know that bet. We've sat up here talking for almost 2 hours about how well betting is to play. Yep. To me, I'm going to go with a whole unit. It's going to be the defensive line. We're getting healthy, and I think that defense, if they can control the game and do not allow Texas to be able to gas us in the run game, and just make it where they have to kind of just peek it out and have 3rd and 7, 3rd and 6. We're going to release the pass rush a little bit, that's going to slow the game down and move it to our favor. We cannot get gas in the running game. So, defensive line.
All right, First Lady, your score prediction and your play of the game.
So my score prediction has changed a little bit. I've got 35-24. My players of the game, the running backs.
All right.
We have to get the run game going.
That'd be awesome.
That means Nate Frazier, Trevor Etienne, whoever else, Dylan Dale, whoever else is running back. Okay?
All hands on two.
Great job, First Lady.
I'm sorry, but yeah, I need the run game because that is going to extend drives and keep Texas off the field. I don't need a high scoring game. We can only need to win by one. Let's be clear. We only need to win by one. But
All right, so we got a score prediction. What is your score prediction and who is your player of the game?
I'll go with 28-17.
I'll take it.
Malachi starts with a return touchdown.
All right, Malachi 28-17. I'm going to build on what the First Lady said, and I think score prediction is going to be 38-31. But my player of the game is Jarrett Wilson coming back at center, getting some balls.
nice call. Nice call.
So we need that. Hey, but because like what the First Lady said, if we can run the ball effectively, we can keep that Texas offense off the field, keep our defense rested, and play complimentary football. All right, so come on over here, sir.
To that point,
Your score prediction and your play of the game.
and to her credit, that's why she is the first lady. She's definitely very knowledgeable when it comes to football. And I agree with her. And I was going to go with just as a player, as an individual, as opposed to a group. I think Frazier going to be that guy today. So this is going to be a chance where he come in and finally get some snaps. And I'm feeling that he's going to be able to shine today. And my score prediction, even to Ebro point, is 34-31 UGA.
34-31 UGA. Okay, anybody out in the crowd got a score prediction that they have not given us yet? If you do,
Oh, wait. Stat Guy has a score prediction 27-21.
27-21 coming in from a South Carolina fan saying UGA is going to win.
What's your score prediction? Your
I
score
totally believe in those scores.
Yeah.
So any score predictions before we wrap it up? Anybody going once? The young lady drinking the nice beer, you got a score prediction for us? Yo, just UGA win. That's all that matters.
I know.
Go dogs.
Go Dogs. It only matters that UGA wins. That's all that matters.
Because crowd says go Dogs, and that's what we're going to do. Just to let y'all know that we are on every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, talking all things Georgia. Every Tuesday at 8 p.m. on the Fan Addict Sports Network and Respect the Hedges YouTube channel and on Facebook as well. So if you like to tune in, just do that. And before we get out of here, we're going to do us a Go Dogs again.
Absolutely.
All right? Everybody with us, go! Go! Sing it! We appreciate everybody for participating and listening to us. Respect the Hedges.
8 p.m.
Go dogs.